radio show. Who's this?
This is Trevor and Billy Sample.
Nice. Let me hear Billy Sample because I hear enough of Trevor all the time. I want to hear Billy Sample.
Wait a minute. This is Eddie, right?
There you go. Okay. All right. See, we can applaud Billy. We're not applauding Trevor because he's always on the damn show. Billy, how are you, sir? Yes. How you are the engineer for this evening. How are you, Billy?
I'm okay. I'm a little challenged, technology challenged, and I see you, Eddie.
Yes. Hi.
I guess I got to put the sound further away.
Yeah, bring the volume down. You can just hear us through the phone. I know that you're challenged, but so is Trevor, but in a different way. Hi, I'm Trevor. Hi, everybody. I do a radio show. So, by the way, while Billy Sample readjusts his volume, so we're talking to Billy Sample, who is a journeyman in professional baseball, also a writer, a movie, not a movie director, a movie writer, someone who created a movie called Reunion 108, which, by the way, 108, it refers to the stitchers in a baseball. I had to learn that.
Stitches.
I said stitches. What did I say? Stitchers, like the sound thing. Stitchers. No, stitches in a baseball, 108. And let me point out one thing. As we just proved in our last segment, where I have these nice gentlemen explain sports to me, I'm not really the sports guy on the program. However, your movie, Reunion 108, really is just using baseball as a backdrop. This movie is really it's awesome for the fact that it's like secondary. Baseball's secondary. It's a bunch of guys talking in the locker room and other things, and it's outstanding.
Oh, well, thank you, Eddie.
You're welcome.
That's it's not really a bait. There are very few baseball scenes in it.
Yes.
And it's more, it's like you're at a fraternity party in the clubhouse.
Well,
and guys are flashing back to things that went on in their baseball days. And I wrote the script, and like a lot of people, they tell you to write what you know. So I wrote it and submitted it to the Hoboken Film Festival. It took top honors.
Very nice.
And I said, well, let me see if I can produce this. Yeah, thank you very much. And let me see. Well, I've been to film festivals to know that they can be a little shady at times. But, in fact, one of the other applicants wanted to read my screenplay, and I sent it to him, and he sent me his. And I thought his was good, but I thought mine was good, too. So it was but I understand. But it sort of gave me the impetus to try to produce it myself because I didn't think anybody else would produce this. I tried to sag ultra low, and like a lot of filmmakers, it either went over budget or I didn't have enough money, one or the other.
Yeah.
And so it took me a while. Editing took a while, but I'm still paying some of the investors. I'll be paying some of them probably the rest of my life, or maybe at least until next year.
Well, so you owe people money, so you're definitely in the movie business now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, I paid off almost everybody. With interest, I paid.
All right, as long as you as long as you paid the minimum and you got it up there, because then they come back and they break your thumbs. It's not fun.
It's ahead of the game.
We, by the way, talking to Billy Sample, formerly of the New York Yankees, as well as the Rangers, the Texas Rangers, the Atlanta Braves, and a whole bunch of other fucking teams. The man was a journeyman. He played a lot of fucking baseball. However, this movie, like I said before, is nothing. It has something to do about baseball. A little bit, but it's an R-rated movie. That's the other thing, because it literally pulls no punches. There's a whole scene in this movie, and you can find this on YouTube, because it was one of the things. I wanted to play the audio, but I thought some people would get too offended and piss on us on this one. There's a whole scene where they're talking.
I know the scene you're talking
exactly.
about.
They are
it's
literally
Native American.
Yes, when they're telling the Native American story, and you're explaining it, by the way, very eloquently. You were very good in the movie. You're very eloquent with your facts and your figures and shit.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I just thought I had to do it that way, and because people what it would feel like to be native and hearing that constantly.
Yeah.
The R word, we'll say. And so I had to use it, and I had to use everybody's slur. But it wasn't really a politically correct
No, it's not a politically correct scene.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But,
and that's the thing. If you want to hear every...
But I think it got it across, and lo and behold, maybe by coincidence, or maybe I had some part in it, but they did change the name of the football team in Washington. So.
Damn right. So you were the impetus of that. By the way, if you want to hear... if you want to hear every fucking racial slur by everybody else, like black guys are saying it, Chinese guys are saying it, Korean, every racial slur you've ever thought of in your life is in this scene, because they're proving the point of, like, the Washington Dagos. There's a fucking team name that comes out. A whole bunch of stuff that comes out just for, and they make a nice little song and dance number out of it, and it really is hysterical because it's, like I said before, Billy Sample literally gives you all the facts and figures in this scene. Like, it's really like he's directing you. He's telling you, here's the numbers. Here's what we're talking about. Here's what this, blah, 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 blah. So somebody can't even argue with the scene because he has all the facts and figures, and his character is giving you all the good shit. Everybody else is like, the St. Louis, and I don't even want to fucking say the names before I'll get thrown off. But, like, a certain name for Jewish people, a certain name for black people, a certain name for white trash, a certain name for the Italians. It's hysterical.
I tried to cover as much as I could. I probably left somebody out, but I tried to cover.
But see, that's what I'm saying. It's an all-inclusive racial thing. Yeah. Everybody was included, so you can't say shit. Everybody. And it was all people saying it. There's even a white guy that says the N-word, and they wonder why. And then he goes, oh, that's because you're a racist piece of shit. Very good. Yeah, very nicely done. But that's what I'm saying. If you're in for a movie, if you're looking for a baseball movie, this ain't the baseball movie. This is a movie about guys being guys in a clubhouse and just having great, because they're trying to figure out all this stuff going on with this reunion that's going on when these two teams are showing up for this fucking thing. So it's like,
hey, old time is dead.
Yeah, it's like a backdrop kind of, and it tells you what the guy, what used to go on is now you can't do. And if you fucking hate woke, if you hate PC culture,
and some of those,
this is the movie.
Some of those flashbacks, Eddie, were actually mine.
Oh, nice.
I won't tell anybody which ones, but some of them were mine. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
We had roughly.
I don't want to ruin the movie. Go
13,
see the movie.
Flashback scenes, and so I think it's a little in your face as you're detailing, but I think it had some humor, and I think it was some of it was sophomoric, but I think there was a lot of humor in it, and it sort of opened up some eyes as to what a clubhouse could look like. Everybody's clubhouse wasn't the same. I don't think the Atlanta Braves clubhouse was like the Texas Rangers clubhouse, like the New York Yankees clubhouse. But I spent most of my time in Texas, so that was probably a fair, maybe a little fair representation of some of the things
Billy,
going on in the locker room.
Billy, which clubhouse was over the top? Which one was the one that was the best? Like to fuck around with everybody?
Well, I think the Rangers, and again, I spent 3 years in minors in Texas and a little over 6 years in the majors in Texas. So most of my recollections would be from the Rangers, from Texas. But we had all types. The only thing I can tell you is that the ride from the tarmac at the airport to the hotel, usually about 45 minutes, could be some of the toughest minutes that you've ever experienced in life. Once a few guys have had a couple of sody pops and going back to the hotel. Oh my goodness, they start getting on each other. Oh, it could just be brutal. If you get your feelings hurt easily, it wasn't the place to be.
Well, and that's by the way, because I know you were talking about how we were referring to this movie as In Your Face. That's another thing. If you don't want to have your feelings hurt, don't watch this movie. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if you can actually take a joke and actually sit there and go, holy fuck, you know what? I'm offended, but it's hysterical.
Right.
And at the end of the day, who the fuck cares if you're offended?
And they're talking about a time frame from like 76 to 86. You know,
Yeah.
it was a totally different world then than what you have now.
Absolutely. And not one of those people that, no matter what color they were, no matter what race, creed, it doesn't matter, whatever ethnic background you are, got offended. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they were just, you're part of a family. You're in the group.
Right.
Yeah.
If people were using terms towards you, you know, it usually meant they were embracing you.
Yeah. By the way, I just want, because I want to spat off some of your stuff. You did contribute to NPR, CBS Radio, ESPN, Major League Baseball.com. You were part of, weren't you part of something with Joe Torre? Didn't you do help on a documentary, like a baseball analyst?
Well, it was Joe Torre. There was a movie, a Showtime movie called Joe Torre, Curveballs Along the Way.
Yeah.
And I was, I was sort of the baseball something.
Baseball something.
Okay.
I got blamed for a few things, maybe that were my fault, and maybe a couple that weren't. The producer, big time producer, wasn't allowed on set, so I was sort of the eyes, but I didn't cover as much as I should. Although when we had the premiere, big place in New York, and everybody was there, I held my breath the whole time. I thought, okay, well, certain things that, all right, that punch wasn't really as close as it should have been, and a few other things. But it's more of a family movie. Paul Sorvino played Joe Torre. I'm trying to think of some of the actors, but Paul Sorvino was the big star, played Joe Torre. And at the end, there was one editing glitch that it was like somebody had just poured lemon on a clam or something. And it started to shrink a little bit, yeah. And I told the producer, I said, "Did you see that glitch at the end? Maybe they could have some way to cover it before it actually went out
to HBO,
to Showtime."
Oh, Showtime.
And he said something along the lines that, "Yeah, that's the only thing I can't blame on you." I think how this is going to be.
Wait, I got something else to blame on you. Who the fuck cast Paul Sorvino as Joe Torre?
Oh, he would be a good Joe Torre.
Paul Sorvino.
I thought it was really good.
No, he's a good actor, but
Paul was a lot of fun.
But Paul Sorvino looks like Joe Torre after a shitload of donuts.
No, Joe Torre in his managing days was a little stocky. Yeah,
I'm gonna get whacked.
Probably the person I think. I thought Paul did a great job.
Yeah.
Paul,
wait, hold on. Hold on. Let the record show. Paul Sorvino as an actor, I have no problem with. Paul Sorvino as a guy that is playing a guy that has a little bit of a belly, I have a problem with. You mean you might as well got his daughter to play it. Because it's the same fucking hoodoo. He doesn't look like anybody. What the fuck? He doesn't look like Joe Torre.
I think it just filmed from the chest up.
Yeah, he looks like
the toughest part.
He looks like he ate Joe Torre.
To get the main actors though, who were playing a role. Oh golly, the lady, the gentleman that's married to Tori Spelling. I want to say his name is Dean. Anyway, he played David Cohn. I can't think of Dean's last name.
I can see him, though. He's a good-looking fella.
Yeah, and he played David Cohn. So what I'm trying to do as a baseball whatever is
analyst
to work on the form, to look to get an extension in the shoulder, to look like a pitcher throwing. And he did a great job. Except that in your enthusiasm, you're going to throw more pitches than I didn't think was safe to throw.
Yeah.
So if I said, all right, the cutoff is going to be 50 pitches, then you're excited you're going to throw 70. Well, I don't know when that particular scene is going to be shot. And lo and behold, it was shot like the next day, or no longer than 2 days or so. So even David Cohn, who can throw 200 pitches a game, is going to be a little sore the next day. The lactic acid is going to stay in your shoulder. So you're trying to get the pitchers to extend to look like they're real pitchers, but they're in so much pain that they're short-arming everything, and it doesn't look real.
No.
And so that was one of the bigger challenges of that. And if the movie was going to be shot maybe 2 weeks longer, then you could take some more time to have them throw, get the mechanics down, and then recover in a couple of days. But we didn't have that much time, and unfortunately, they were hurting.
It's another thing, by the way. Put it on the list. It's another thing to blame Billy on. Blame Billy Sample on the lactic acid in Dean's arm.
That was another blame. Well, actually, Eddie, I'm working on a movie. I was asked to help produce a movie. The title at the moment is,
is it
For
porn?
the Love of the Iron Horse.
Oh, Run of the Iron Horse.
I'm sorry.
I asked if it was porn.
About Lou Gehrig.
Oh, okay.
It's 1938, 1939. African American kid in the Deep South loves Lou Gehrig, befriended by a white kid in the neighborhood in a segregated town, and it goes through some twists and turns, but it's really a sweet story. And Bill Duke is assigned to direct it.
That's cool. All right.
And so they've got some people already in place.
Do you need?
So I'm hoping to. I'm hoping we'll probably need some guys that look like you with the beard. Yeah, you look like you could be.
I can play a young Paul Sorvino.
There you go.
Yeah,
a young Paul Sorvino.
You could play somebody, a neighborhood guy from back in the 1930s. I think you can pull that off. You've got the kind of.
Well, look,
you got the kind of country. You could play. And I know you're from the New York City area, but you could probably play that big time country.
Yeah, I could play a shit kicking hick.
Bib overalls. Yeah.
I've watched Deliverance. I can do it.
I could play the kids. I could play the kid's father, or grandfather.
Where was?
We got a black guy on the show, so he can play the grandfather. There he is. There's Ricky.
I could play the grandfather, the son.
You can pull that off. Bib overall.
I can play. Yeah, you want me?
That's a good question.
If you want me to play the black grandfather, I'll do it too. Where was what shot?
That's right. Well, I'll throw your name out there. I don't have the control of all the other producers, but I'll throw your name out there. We got a guy that looks like he's in the part from that part of the country. And actually, Deliverance was filmed in Northwest Georgia.
Yeah,
believe it or not.
Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of inbred people.
For those old enough to remember Deliverance.
And that's it.
When was Deliverance? 1971, 72, I guess.
You got a pretty 72? Mouth.
Yeah.
See, I can play that. I can play Burt Reynolds in just a life jacket with the water all on him at all times. Come on, I can do this.
Yeah, that's
Come on, Billy, don't fuck around. We can make movie magic.
Yeah, Ronnie Cox, John Voight.
Hey, watch your language, Ronnie Cox. I see what you're doing. You dirty bastard.
Yeah, listen, I got some acting experience.
And James Dickey,
I played Lionel in my second grade.
The writer of the book.
You did.
James Dickey, the writer of the book, was actually the sheriff in the movie, and he was pretty scary too at the end, in a very understated way. But that was a tremendous movie. We got some actors that went on to be great actors. Yeah.
Joe, do you want to play the kid playing the banjo in Deliverance?
Sure, I can do that.
You can play that little rat-faced kid. That's good shit. By the way, we're talking to Billy Sample, who is, of course, a baseball journeyman. He's also a writer. He's a movie writer. He's a fucking actor. I believe he has a cologne line. I think he smells great. He's an astronaut. What else is he? Male model. He's a male model.
Oh, well, there you go.
He's a member of the Big Dick Society. Dear. He has a big penis.
I remember.
It's a very long list, Joe. I don't know what else we can leave on there. He's friends with Trevor, so that brings him down a notch. But
hey, this is Trevor.
Hey, Trevor.
Hey, Trevor.
Eddie.
Yes, sir.
Weren't you in the Bad News? Didn't you play Engelbert, the catcher?
Yes. I also play Goldberg, the goalie, in the Mighty Ducks.
I thought that was you.
Oh, wow. A couple of my kids were extras in the Mighty Ducks movie.
By the way, the kid that played Goldberg. Sean, I forgot his fucking name. Sean Weiss. He's friends with me, and he was supposed to come on the show right after he kicked heroin, right? So he freaking supposed to come on the show. He kicks heroin. He still has like maybe 4 teeth left. Now he's doing stand-up comedy or whatever. They literally asked me to pay him to come on the show. I'm like, dude, you just kicked heroin. Like, you should have a little bit of money on your side. You were Goldberg, for Christ's sake, in the Mighty Ducks. You can walk into any store and request a jersey. No one's not going to give you a free clothes and stuff.
Well,
for
you never
Christ's
know
sake.
anymore.
I mean, he's no Billy Sample. But for Christ's sake, I mean, let's be fucking honest here.
Well, you have to be so careful nowadays because they're mixing fentanyl with about everything.
Yeah,
everything. So it's a little different than back in our day, or back in my day.
Yeah, you guys had the pure
a little
shit.
more freedom now. Yeah.
When you guys did drugs, they were drugs. They were real. They were fucking great.
Yeah.
100% real. Joe, remember when you did coke back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
And it was good shit?
It's still good.
Wait, how old is
Joe?
Billy should hold auditions here on the show.
Boulders.
Yeah.
Didn't have rocks with boulders,
crack rocks. They were the size of your head. It was wonderful. And now it's all bullshit.
Oh, dear.
I could sound like a country boy from back in the day.
You want to do it again?
1938.
All right, hold on, Billy. He wants to. Ricky's going to try out for your movie. Hold on. All right, good, Ricky.
Okay.
You're on camera.
I'm playing the grandfather of the young boy that has the white boy as a friend.
Yeah, friends, and he idolizes Lou Gehrig.
Okay.
So remember that. Okay.
Boy, get in here.
Well,
you
you
can't
gotta
mess around with Whitey.
That's a good line.
Well, it's probably some of that in the movie. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta have
read
that.
the script.
Stay away from Whitey.
It's a really
they
tough
don't want you.
It's a segregated town.
It's a segregated town.
And it's probably not much different than. Oh, I lived in Brooklyn when I was 4 and 5. My
There you
parents
go.
moved from my mother's back to the southwest part of Virginia, and so I didn't go to a mixed school until I was in the 6th grade, and so there's a little bit of that, a little bit of my experience that was also in the movie just by happenstance. In the movie, he and I actually are from the same town. We went to different high schools.
Billy, you there? We're losing you.
Enjoy it. It's a tough, touching story, and I've got to make sure everything is right.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. So
you can have Red Barber. He was a Yankees. Wasn't a Yankee.
We're losing Billy. Trevor, fix your equipment.
No, my equipment. I think. I don't know. Skype has a problem right here.
All right. I wanted to ask Billy if I could play lead cracker.
Yeah, you certainly do fit the part.
I want my role to be like head cracker.
Yeah, you want to play that Bull Connor role?
Yeah, I want.
In the movie. Yeah. In the movie. Yeah. I'll have to run that by Bill Duke. He's got much more experience and a little more clout than I'll have with this.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to make sure that everything measures up historically.
Yeah, you'll save on budget.
Some of it's little stuff that people wouldn't notice, but I would notice because I wouldn't want to leave it open for criticism. But if we have if the kid's going through baseball cards, then I want them to be baseball cards that he would actually have. I can't have the kid going through baseball cards in 1938 and the cards are from 1941.
Right.
Now, I could do it if the cards are from 1934, and because that's before, but I can't have him looking through cards that hadn't been invented yet. So stuff like that I think that.
You don't want to see Mickey Mantle.
Yeah,
and there's people who pick up on those things too.
And back then you had.
But I said Eddie, I'm from Southwest Virginia, and I know that you have some adult actresses that you like.
Yes.
And guess who else is? I haven't met her. I've only met one adult actress, and that was Nina Hartley.
Ooh, I met Nina.
Guess who else is from Southwest Virginia that I haven't met? But
I don't know who. Tell me.
She grew up not too far from where I grew up. Seika.
Oh, Seika with the blonde with the big titties. I like her.
She was in everything. Sega, Sika. Everybody had like different ways.
I believe it's pronounced "girl" that everyone jerked off to in the 70s.
Something like that. Yeah.
If I ever get a chance to meet, I'll get the name on it.
Oh, please get it right. By the way, in this new movie that you're getting ready to do, hold on, Billy, I got this question: Is this pre Lou Gehrig's disease or post Lou Gehrig's disease? Like, is it before or is it after he retires?
It is. It's before.
Okay, so there's going to be some good baseball scenes.
One of the kids meets him, Lou Gehrig, just before ALS takes him out of the line.
Yeah, before he becomes the luckiest man. Yeah. Yeah,
before that, yeah. So it's so everything has to be before that period of time for to be historically accurate for what I need to do to make sure it follows the timeline historically. I started to say that, Red Barber did broadcast the Yankees, but he didn't do it until 1954, so you can't have Red Barber broadcasting or his voice doing the game from 1936 or 37, 38 or something like that. Yeah. So those are things I'm trying to stay on top of so that I can absolve myself from Joe Torre curveballs along the way and taking the blame for all of that.
Well, look, you didn't cast Paul Sorvino, so you've already got one on you. I like that. Don't worry about it.
He passed away.
By the way, we're talking to Billy Sample. We got
Paul was a lot of fun. He would sing opera for us sometimes.
Yeah.
Between times between.
But that's what I'm saying. He was the size of Pavarotti. Like, if Paul Sorvino played Pavarotti, I would believe that more than him playing Joe Torre. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a big guy.
Well, he wasn't. He was playing Joe Torre in 1995 and 1996.
Yeah, after Joe Torre was stung by a shitload of bees. That's what he was playing. Billy Sample, by the way, we're talking. Billy, we got to wrap this up. I don't mean to kick you out, but I got to kick you out. Billy Sample, plug whatever the hell you want, sir. Remember, the movie is Reunion 108. Please check out the movie.
108.
And where?
The best place to get to download the movie would be to go to the movie IMDb page, Internet Movie Database page, and put in 108, and you can download it. I think it's $2.99 or something like that. And I also have a book out that's not. I think the book is more PG-13, where the movies are strong R. I have a book out, A Year in Pinstripes and Then Some.
There you
go. It was from 2018. Is the last time I updated it, and but I think that'll leave you with a smile.
Yes.
The movie will push you one way or the other, or you'll laugh like you're in college laugh. But the book is more of almost anybody can read the book and get a sense of what the timeline was, or the era was, or how crazy I am.
Yes, and also check out Billy Sample's next book, which is called The Day Paul Sorvino Ate Joe Torre. Comes out very soon. It's going to drop on Amazon. Go check that out.
No respect for the day.
Nope.
You've got to be nicer. We just
movie.
lost Paul a few months ago.
No, I know. Look, yet again, Paul Sorvino, great actor. He should not have been playing Joe Torre. I'm gonna take that one. You can't take it away from me, Ricky. He shouldn't have played them.
And it was cool, Eddie, because Paul explained to us the background, the backstory about shaving the garlic that was in Goodfellas.
Nice. See, that's what he should be remembered for.
When you get the backstory, the best part, the backstory. And I've been fortunate enough to be around enough people to experience some of their experiences, which has been really cool.
Nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Billy Sample, right here. A round of applause for the man.
Yeah.
Very good. He also, by the way, round of applause for Trevor, who actually put this thing together. Thank you, Trevor.
Thank you, Trevor.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, I appreciate it, guys.
On that note,
a lot of fun.
Thank you, man. Anytime. You're always welcome. You can call the show directly without Trevor.
I didn't even get to take Eddie. I didn't didn't even get to tell you my favorite adult actress.
All right, who's your favorite?
I'm all ready for the Ona Z.
Ona Z's a good one.
Oh, you guys are too young. You guys are too young. Ona Zimmerman. Ona Z.
No. Billy's really old here. This other Billy that we have in the studio, he's jerked off to many.
Wait a minute.
Not you, the other
Nina
Billy.
Hartley, no, Nina Hartley was in Boogie Nights.
Dude, I'd still fuck Nina Hartley now.
You guys aren't.
Nina Hartley's fucking hot still.
Well, old is good for me.
Oh, he likes gilfs. He's past milfs. He's like gilfs.
Gilfs, you're right.
Gilfs. Look, I've definitely I have touched myself to a fair share of gilfs. Don't worry about it. You're in good company there, Billy. Don't worry about that.
Oh well, good. I like gilfs and gilfs. and grand gilfs.
Grand gilfs and step gilfs and all kinds of gilfs. As far as the eye can see, he likes the gilfs that get stuck in the washing machine. Those are good too.
Well, I like them. It's like a fine wine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like guilt, but I like the sins.
Some of them do smell like a bottle of booze too. That's good. That's true. Billy Sample, yet again, round of applause for Billy Sample. Billy, we gotta go. We gotta go watch some gilf porn. We'll talk to you later, okay, buddy?
You take care, Bill.
All right, Eddie.
Take care, bud.
Billy Sample, pretty cool guy. I like that. That was very nice.
Nice fella.